two questions. One is, you know, about Trump threatening to boycott, and the other is about snooking having sex in the car. The question is, go ahead.
Definitely snooking.
Okay, what do you want to say about it?
First of all, I'm so glad I'm doing The View, so I found out about this. I was just watching you backstage. You don't get the real news watching the other channels. I guess that's one way to get your husband to have sex with you. He was driving, and I sat on him. Why not? And then I tied him up and attacked him. That's when I conceived my child.
Okay, would you ever try to do that?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right, let's get to politics. Because Republicans seem to be coming to terms with the fact that, pause, Donald Trump may in fact be the nominee.
I've been saying it all along.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what happens if he runs against Hillary? He'll be demolished. The woman knows her stuff.
Fantastic, and I think he's exposing really both parties and how much control the donors have. He's saying things that people have been dying for someone to say. But they won't because their donors, in the case of immigration, want the cheap labor. We saw it with Scott Walker. Trump comes out against anchor babies. Scott Walker tries to agree with him and saying, oh, I'm against anchor babies too. And then billionaire GOP donor Stanley Hubbard steps in and says, no, we're for anchor babies. And suddenly Scott Walker drops that as his position. Same thing with the 12% tax rate.
You can't just, if you disagree with him or go up against him, you drop out. You lose the money.
Well, no. You can't take positions that most Americans, I mean, it's Donald Trump and the American people against the political class and the donor class. The same thing with his tax plan. And I mean, I love him for immigration,
but the donor class is the Koch brothers, let's say, for example. Are they going to put their money behind Trump?
Probably not, but who cares? The people are for him. That's what we're finding out right now. Look at all of the money Jeb Bush had. And by the way, both parties with that 12% rate on hedge fund managers, Hillary Clinton was on the finance committee. I'm sorry, that is unfair. And it takes Donald Trump saying no hedge fund manager should pay the same as Coulter does. It takes him saying that because the donors have been stepping in saying, no, we like paying less than everyone else.
But wait a minute. I remember you already sold that.
Do you think he can
You're
win? You're paying a higher tax rate than hedge fund managers.
That's on this, because I remember seeing you at CPAC in 2013 saying that we shouldn't have a businessman, that we should have either a senator or a governor, and you said, in fact, it's got to be from a big state, not something the size of Rhode Island. So at that point, you were against the businessman. What changed your tune?
Donald Trump. He's the one exception to this rule. I also said we shouldn't be running divorcees. I'm altering that for Trump, but don't expect me to hold it to it going forward.
You also said you had a height requirement. You don't have a hair requirement?
I have a height requirement. I love this hair.
Do you really?
I love it.
Rubio and Paul were too short. You had to go like, line them up against the little clown in front of the roller coaster.
And why can't they be divorced? They can't be divorced?
Well, actually,
Ronald Reagan was divorced.
The reason I'm generally against the non-governors running is I call them the novelty candidates, the businessmen. I mean, whether it was Herman Cain, Michelle Bachmann, Newt Gingrich, even you see it a little bit now with Ben Carson. They're not prepared for the rough and tumble of politics. They say things and sort of box themselves in, and also then they get bored and just say, I'm going home. Trump has been through all this before. He has been so attacked. I mean, if you were in New York area in the 80s, Spy magazine was going after Trump constantly. There's no new scandals were coming out that are going to come out against him. And the other thing is that I love about Trump, and make an exception for him on a lot of rules, I guess, well, at least two. Reagan, Romney, Trump. The only people who have run for president whose lives will be made immeasurably worse, both by running and by winning.
All right, Anna, enough about Trump. Now let's talk about you. Adios, America. Of course, I say hola, America, but all right. So you wrote your book, Adios, America, the left's plan to turn our country into a third world hellhole.
Yes.
And your stance on immigration is part of why you like Trump. You've said that you are a one-issue voter now. Tell us, what does this provocative title mean? Explain it to us.
Well, I say it, adios, America.
I say adios, America.
Right. What it means is that the nation that has been so welcoming to immigrants, to women, to children, is an amazingly successful nation. And the Democrats do it for the votes. The rich do it for the cheap labor and the cheap maids. They strut around like they're Martin Luther King. No, who is our immigration policy hurting? And this is the post-1965 immigration. We're bringing in millions and millions of people from very poor cultures, from very backwards cultures. No, our social programs are for the American poor.